Hi there, welcome back to Comfy Cozy Crochet with Tris. I am Tris and I'm so glad to have you here. I am back with my first podcast since before Easter, which is crazy. That was April 4th. And I think I did a podcast that week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And so since then, Tuesday before, haven't been on here to talk to you guys. Besides, I did the Happy Mail video and I did the what was the other thing? Happy Mail video and the awesome tag. So thank you again so much to Lisa and to Carrie from LadybirD Loves and Happy Crafty Homemaker for tagging me. That was so much fun. If you guys have not seen those videos, I will link them down below. They are great fun. And I tagged 4 people, so hopefully they'll jump on the bandwagon too. And basically, we went on vacation. You know, I'm just thinking maybe actually it's been since before vacation. So actually I have not done a podcast since the week of March 12th. Is the real answer. I'm just realizing that. I was way off, you guys. So it's been a while. At the filming of this, it is April 19th. So it has been about 4 weeks. That being said, life has been hectic. For 8 of those days, we were on vacation. We went to Puerto Rico, where as far as our experience goes, we had masks full time, even in the lobby and stuff like that of our hotel, COVID testing, hand sanitizers everywhere before you went in any shop, before you went in any restaurant. You had hand sanitizer and temperature taken, masks everywhere, social distancing, 30% capacity I think is what they have. And we felt very safe, but tourists were crazy. We did not get there in time before like all the crazy spring breakers got there. And we're not talking kids, folks. We're talking like people in their 30s who are old enough to know better, but I guess still too dang young to care. Not Sean and I's kind of people. We were there to just totally relax. We didn't have the baby. We got to just relax and just kind of be us for the first time in a year and a half. We had people screaming up and down the hallways at 2 a.m. That kind of screaming. We're not talking like screaming to each other back and forth or whatever. We're just talking like unnecessary ridiculousness. But the weather, you couldn't fault it. We had a lovely view from our room. So it was still nice to get away, right? And the kiddo had a fabulous time with his grandparents. He went and stayed with my mom for a few days and Sean's parents for a few days, and that was really, really cool. So that took up a bunch of time. Easter happened. So there isn't a whole lot to show you guys, I guess is what I'm doing. I'm giving you a little update life-wise. And then also just be prepared that a lot has not happened. We've had a lot going on peripherally, but not in the crochet world, if you will. So the first thing that I did was I finished the Hope Springs shawl by Sharon over at the Stitch Foundry. So there is that lovely border. You see how cute that little scallopy shelled border is on that. So I have a couple ends, but that's what that looks like. And I just love the colors. They're very me. I never know how to wear a shawl. You know who does a really good job? Everyone but me. Carrie at the Happy Crafty Homemaker does a great job. Chelle from Chelle Crochet does a great job. And they just start wrapping this up and pretty soon it looks like this scarf. And one of my best friends, Jessie, she does a great job too. I just feel like I've got a blanket wrapped around me and I look silly. But anyway, I probably used kind of a bigger, thicker yarn than you'd really want for a drape of this type of magnitude. And this has not been washed or blocked or anything either. So for this, I used Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in Sea Coral is the color. which is a number 4 weight yarn, and it's a bit rough to the touch now. Now that it's been worked, it's better than it was even in the skein. Anybody who's familiar with this yarn will know that it softens up with use, with working it up even, and definitely with washing and drying, or lay flat, or however you want to do, but supposedly you can wash and dry, and I have before. So much softer. So I'm pretty excited to see how this works after it's been washed and dried, and see if that kind of loosens it up and gives it a little bit more drape. But so that is my Hope Springs shawl, and I love it. I'm so excited. I think this might be a pattern that I might have to get, you know, a little fancier with yarn, and maybe make a couple of more of them because they're so nice. Now Sharon, let me know in the comments if you happen to be watching. Hi. I've had a couple of people ask about the pattern, and as of now, just to let everybody know, I don't think it's published yet, but I'm hoping she does, because you guys, it's such an awesome pattern. But I know she always has so many things on her hook, and she's always designing new things, and she's popped up a couple new designs since we spoke last with the Hope Springs shawl. So she's a busy bee, but check out her Instagram, check out her YouTube channel. I will link the YouTube channel down below, okay? So there is the first finished object. Next, I will show you, I have a couple nieces and nephews, but I have Sean's sister has a baby that is 3.5, 4 months younger than Grant. So let's see, he's about 14 months old or something. Math is hard when it's, you know, 9 o'clock at night and you've been at the zoo all day with a toddler in the sunshine. And anyway, by the way, the zoo was great. If we could keep like the COVID protocols for the zoo, I mean, it was 74 degrees and sunny, a light breeze, absolutely gorgeous, and I've never seen fewer people there or more respectful amount of people. There was hand sanitizers everywhere. I did not feel like people were running amok. It was awesome. My introverted side is coming out and going, hey, this isn't that bad. Because we had an appointment time to go, and so it was kind of a rolling entrance. It was awesome. But I'm a tired girl. My kiddo didn't even get a nap today, and he was an angel face. Okay. Anyhow, I went ahead and bought, I think you guys had seen in previous podcasts that I bought all those little bunnies for the Loveys, but the bunnies ended up being about 2 inches high. That didn't work, but I bought more on Amazon that were, you know, more this size. I don't know, 12 inches or so. And so this is, I got 3 of them. One for my sister-in-law's little boy, one for Grant, which is this one, and then one for my sister's little boy who is 4 months old. So they each got one. This is Grant's, and I picked it because it has total Grant hair. Can you guys see that? It's hilarious. And you can comb it over like I do with Grant's, or you can stick it up or do whatever. And sometimes Grant gets like a little ducktail in the back that flips up and things. It just cracks me up. As soon as I saw this one, I'm like, this one has to be Grant's because it's totally his hair. But anyway, there's this one, and I made a little Lovey. Rose from Roselikescrochet, also linked down below, is always making these, and she encourages everyone to try it out. It's Z's tutorial from Zelda NRJ 3. I will also link her down below, and actually I'll just link the tutorial, and that way it'll go directly to you. But check out her channel too. Subscribe, tell them I said hi. Because it's a fantastic tutorial, and what it is instead of making a full-on amigurumi crochet doll or, you know, stuffy or whatever, you can just buy whatever sized stuffed animal you'd like, and you crochet around a hair tie. See how that's stretchy? There's a hair tie in there, and then you can just slip it over these little guy's head, and that way, after these little kiddos are running around and dragging this through the mud and the jam and whatever else sticky fingers they've got, go ahead and just take it off. And this is wash and wear acrylic. Throw it in the wash, dry it, and stick it back on. Also, it's kind of cool because when they outgrow the Lovey stage, I love that you can just take this off and store it in a keepsake box or something, or give it to the next baby, and then they've got a stuffed animal that they'll still like to play with for a few more years. I think that's a cool idea. Whereas a crochet Lovey is just going to go directly in a keepsake box once they're done, you know, needing a Lovey maybe. I don't know. So anyway, this one is using, forgive the skein, it's seen better days, but this is Caron 1 pound jumbo in the color Country Basket. This is a number 4 medium weight. It recommends a size H hook. I used an I. Machine washable and dryable, 100% acrylic, 12 ounces, 340 grams, approximately 595 yards, 544 meters, and made in Turkey. Okay, so that's the first one. I will put pictures here of my sister-in-law's kiddo's Lovey that I made for him, and that was done using Caron 1 pound jumbo. It's in the color Seaside Ombre. So it's got those really vibrant kind of limes and awesome aquas and blues and kind of an off-white. And same stats though as everything I just read for the other, because they're essentially the same. And then for my sister's little boy, insert picture here of the Lovey that I made for him for Easter. And they've all been delivered. It was great to be able to give these to them. And for his, I wanted something colorful and fun since he's so young. I want him to really be able to see it. And so I picked this Bunches of Hugs Red Heart that I got from Mary Maxim a while back. It's the first time I've gotten to crack into a bunch of these, and I actually got a bunch of solids and a bunch of variegateds that went together, and I just cannot wait to actually use them in like blankets and things like that. Softer than Red Heart Super Saver, and they come in some really fun colors. It's still not the softest thing I've ever felt, but it is softer, and then when you work with it, it even gets better. So I'm kind of excited about this. This is kind of a fun one, and it's got the, you know, tested for harmful substances, so like safer for babies and stuff. Anyway, this is the color Dragon. So it's got the really bright lemon yellow, kind of a, I don't know, minty green, and then a darker green there, and then a bright vivid blue. Okay, and so that's what we're looking at there. Turn it around, maybe you get it some different colors in there. But it was super, super fun. Pretty quick color changes, I would say, but not crazy. And I enjoyed this. If you're looking for the stats, this is 10 ounces, 284 grams, 678 yards, 620 meters. Color is Dragon. Made in Turkey. Yeah, I love that it's tested for the harmful substances. It's a number 4. Calls for an eye hook. I think I used an eye for this one because I think I used the same for all 3. Machine wash cold, gentle cycle, tumble dry low, do not iron, do not bleach. 100% acrylic. So there's that one. And so there are 3 Loveys that I made, and I finished that shawl. The next thing I did was for Setta's March calendar cowl. I always have to be really, really careful when I do that. I made this delightful cowl. There's my seam. So this is this puppy. How pretty is that? So this is, oh, there's another end, don't tell on me. All right, so it's really meant to be long and tall, so it's got a lot of drape. See that? And it's kind of in this ombre yarn. So this is using All right, sorry about that, guys. Sometimes my husband likes to try to tidy up my yarn, and then ball bands get stuck in other bags with other things, and he doesn't know, and he's trying to help, but then I don't know where anything is. Can't really blame him. I leave my stuff everywhere, right? I'm trying to film for you all. Okay, so this beautiful cowl is a fiber flux design, and this is made using the Sunset Nights by Lion Brand. Okay, this is one of their new-ish yarns. See that one? And this is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 273 yards, 250 meters, 90% acrylic, 10% polyester. And it is labeled a number 4 medium. They request an eye hook. Machine wash gentle, lay flat to dry. This particular color is called Atacama Desert, and it's made in China, PRC. I know this whole line is made referencing different places. I think there's one that's like something about Greece and, you know, different places around the world. I'm not actually familiar with the Atacama Desert, so I need to look that up. But this is a sequined yarn. I'm going to take this off and show you guys a little bit more up close so that you can see. And I went ahead and used every bit of this puppy. Hopefully, is that sequin coming through? A little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Now, I was a bit frustrated because the beginning here and the end here does not have sequins. So this is one full cake. I think I might have had like this much left over, no joke. And only the middle portion has sequins. That's the first I'd heard of that. I'd watched a couple other reviewers. I hadn't had anybody say that. I don't know if I got a faulty cake, which only had, but I mean, it was perfectly like as soon as it starts to kind of ombre in right here, the sequins start. As soon as it kind of stops here, the sequins stop. So it looked deliberate to me. It was a little sad for me. I'm all about the sparkle and the glitz and the glam, and these you really can't feel at all. Very cushy and soft, super, super lush. And I would have liked to see the sequins go all the way through, honestly. But I'm happy with it. I like it a lot. I do wish they had come out with more colors in this line, because I think there were only a few, or at least that I saw, maybe like 6. And not all of them really suited my taste, but there really are some pretty ones. I remember going back and forth through for a few of them. But I wanted something just really springy and fun, and I actually meant to wear this puppy on Easter, and I forgot. Don't tell. Life has been so hectic, like I'm saying, so I have just been a little out of it and kind of forgot that I had plans to wear such a cute thing for Easter. So again, this is a fiber flux pattern. It's called the Copenhagen Cowl. Yeah, I wanted to make sure she didn't call it an infinity scarf. I will go ahead and pop this video down below so that you guys can see what she did here. It really is so simple. It's a V-stitch all the way around, and it really allows the yarn to do the talking. And so you get this beautiful ombre effect, and you get the sequins, and it just gives it this beautiful, delicate, you know, really pretty kind of texture, and, you know, not too loud, right? So I finished that. Still need to weave in those ends. But I really enjoyed making that. My Crojo has been kind of, I don't want to say an all-time low, because I've had dips and sways and stuff like that as far as that goes, but I've been so chaotic lately with everything going on that I have not felt, I've almost felt too stressed or, you know, whatever to crochet, where usually it's my zen time, and this time it felt a little bit like, oh, too much, you know. And I think maybe it's a little bit of a Crojo lack as well, making maybe a few too many things that I, you know, thought I had to make and such. But I did work a lot on my temperature blanket. Please forgive me, I'm not going to show you that in this video because I've been working that for my movie and stitch project. So that will be coming up in the next few days. It's very, very late. I need to catch up. I think I'm like maybe 3 letters behind. I hope not 4, my goodness. But I've been working on that. So you will see that displayed like proudly in that video coming up, and maybe the next few. Also, so for this cowl, this was for March for Setta's calendar cowl. And I don't think I did a very good job of explaining, but that is for her, this picture here, which I'll put here. This is for the March month, and we basically pick a yarn and a pattern that kind of works with this picture here and the colors of that picture. And then we make a cowl every month to represent what we think goes with it. And I thought that really worked well with the kind of the peaches and some of the grays and purples of kind of dusk, right? And some snow, of course. So there's that. Now I have gotten started for my one, well, I guess I kind of have 2 whips. Sorry, I'm all over the place, guys. But for my first whip here, I have started this infinity scarf. Here, it's a very new project. I am on row 3, maybe even 2. No, 3. So I am on row 3, and I am using this Mandala, Lion Brand Mandala. Here you go. And this is in the color Sprite. I always get it mixed up with Pixie. It's just a little bit brighter than Pixie, but they're very, very similar. I actually bought them, funny story, together. If you saw one of my yarn hauls that featured them, I thought they were the same, and I bought 6 of them and like 2 of this and 4 of the other or something. I still think I can put them together in a blanket and it'll be awesome, but they're not the same. So this is going to be a really pretty, very textured infinity scarf. So it's going to be a bit on the long side. I'll probably wrap it twice. So I will probably wrap it twice and we kind of get something like this. She calls for the Navajo technique of making a thinner yarn into a chunky yarn, or she calls for using a 5 or 6 yarn. I'm choosing not to go with that hassle. I didn't feel like I had it in me to do this technique, although it does look fairly simple, and it looked pretty cool, actually. I definitely want to go back and try this same scarf if I continue to like the pattern as much as I do, and go ahead and do that when I feel like I have a little bit more headspace to work on that. But pretty cool technique of using one cake and kind of doing an S with it and taking those 3 and working it like a 3-ply, but you've only got 1 strand of number 3 yarn. Really kind of neat. First time I've ever heard of that. Anyway, this is a pattern by Stardust Gold Crochet is her YouTube channel, and I will go ahead and link this scarf below. This is called, forgive me, I have forgotten already. I started this last night. You know what? She's calling it the Mandala Infinity Scarf. That's why I'm not remembering a name. But she uses the Mandala Baby in Wishing Well. So she's got a very demure creams and taupes and coffee browns and blues, and it's gorgeous. But as you can see with the picture here, we need some vibrant sunset colors, huh? This might be a little bit brighter than the picture called for, but I like it. And honestly, I don't have anything this bright to wear like as a scarf, and I thought this might be kind of fun. I'm definitely not going to wear something like this in a sweater or, you know, something bigger. So what fun to be able to put it over, you know, a shirt and just brighten it up a little bit. So there's my little bit of happy right now. For my last work in progress, like I said, my crochet was slipping a little bit. I was in between projects, but I thought I need to work on something. So I went back to my Willow Squares project, you guys. I don't think I've worked on it since I started my YouTube channel, like, you know, the first episode or two. It was a long while back. But I am using the pattern off of this 200 crochet blocks, excuse me, by Jan Eaton, and it is the Willow Squares pattern. Oops. That one right there. They've got it in some greens, and they've got some different pictures over to the side with different colors. And instead of doing the 1, 2, 3 colors that it calls for, I decided to do variegated because I'm really into the stained glass kind of look in a lot of crochet blankets that you see nowadays. And so my plan is to do these very bright, vibrant, crazy, you know, burn your eye type colors, and then put them together with a very dark charcoal gray to seam them together, and then to outline them and have it be like stained glass popping out. Okay, so if you haven't seen this podcast, you should go check them out. But I have made a few new squares, and again, I haven't woven any ends, so please excuse me, nothing is blocked. But here is one block. So it's got mostly pink, like fuchsias, some corals, and some like bright, like orangey kind of color. Number 2 is kind of this royal blue / bright, dark purple, fading into kind of some of the lighter purples, if you can see that. On camera, it looks a bit brighter, kind of pinkish than it is. This is actually a purple, kind of a violet. Okay, so there's number 2. Here's this one. Again, sorry about all these crazy ends. I guess that's backward. There you go. And these all need to be blocked. Like I said, I just crammed them in this tote bag that I got in London that's got all of the landmarks. How cute is that? It's got the little guards on the back. Oh, stinking cute. But it's a bit small for this project, actually. I'm going to have to upgrade it to a bigger one. Now, I don't know if I've shown these last 2, but here's another that's got the really vibrant oranges and corals here, pinks, and a little bit of purple. Boom. Okay. And then we've got this one, which has got the nearly blue. This is really probably very much blue. And then it goes into the pinks. So you've got that one. And then this one. And so all of those ones that I just have shown you, all of these crazy things, are using Red Heart Super Saver Stripe in the color Flamenco Stripe. And this is so much fun if you like really bright, burn your eyes neon pinks and oranges and purples and blues. This is super fun. I made an entire, you guys might remember, an entire corner to corner blanket for one of my best friends out of this color, and I made her a matching hat and scarf the previous year. So I think she's flamencoed out right now, but this is super fun. I did that to complement a bunch of squares that I made out of another color of Red Heart Super Saver Stripe. I'm just going to quickly go through these a little bit. Oh, here's a couple more of the flamenco that I had already made. No, this is the same. This is the same. Okay. And again, these are so crammed in there, so I apologize. They're actually quite square, but they've been shoved in this for, 6 months or so. And there's some bright, crazy acid green and yellows. crazy, crazy greens, little bit of blue in there and some yellows. And that one. And you know something? Let me see what color that was. Okay, so I actually had to look that up because I have misplaced the yarn band because I used every bit of it, but it looks like that was Parrot Stripe, these ones here. So I plan on mixing and matching the pinks and purples and blues with all of this craziness. So they will be bright and vivid, and hopefully the charcoal will really just pop those out. So that's what I've been working on the last 4 or 5 weeks or so. What have you guys been working on? I would love to know. I miss you all. I'm so sorry. I know I have not been popping by a lot of the different lives that have been going on as often. Things have just been so busy. But I love you all so much. I've tried to pop into the few that I can make, and I'm trying to watch other ones on replay and catch up on some people's videos and leave a little comment to let them know that I am here. I do still love you guys. I plan on coming back with a bang here pretty soon. So hopefully you've enjoyed the last 2 videos this week, and this one will come rolling out pretty soon here, and you guys can enjoy this, I hope too. But what have y'all been working on? How is everybody doing? Please let me know. I love you guys so much. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and thanks so much to Setta. I'm so sorry that this is coming at the end of the video. I hope she watches. But she gave me a shout out on her page that was so on her channel, that was so unexpected and just touched me so much. And so thank you so much, Setta, for sending a few more subscribers my way and telling me hi. Several people have said, hey, Setta sent me, new to your channel. So thank you, Setta. If you have not been over to Setta's place, please go down below. She is the kindest, sweetest, most positive, beautiful person. She's just awesome. She's got the cutest little tinkly bell laugh that just immediately puts a smile on my face no matter how dark a day you're having. She's beautifully talented. The top that I made right before vacation, that I don't have with me right now because upstairs in the laundry, it's been worn quite a bit, was made from her pattern. She's a talented designer. She's awesome. Please go over there and tell her that I sent you. If you have not already subscribed to her family, I know she'd love to have you. She's awesome. So welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to everybody who's been with me for a while, and stay tuned. We've got more fun coming up. I am going to get my Crojo back. We are going to get some crochet on, and I can't wait. Hopefully things settle down soon, and I hope you guys are having the best day, afternoon, evening, week, weekend, whenever you're watching this. Until next time, bye guys.